out here at the Global Family Farm on June 13th. We're focusing today on infrastructure. That means building stuff, right? Build back better. And we are using recycled items to build things out here. So this is an old bed, like a child's bed that I found, and then I put cushions on it and then put a tarp over it to make it into like a couch. And then on top we're using bamboo and leftover pieces of wood to make a trellis. So imagine that you could sit here and with a friend and eat grapes at the same time, and then your feet touch the chocolate mint. So fragrant. So infrastructure, we're building something that's multi-purpose, a place to sit and eat together. The greenhouse. This was an old leftover greenhouse given to us and now refurbished. And we just got some lumber, 1x to make it solid, make the tarp, the polyurethane plastic covering stay in place better by building it better, by putting the wood screwed into place, and that held all the plastic covering in place so that it doesn't flap around as much in the wind, and used a screen material here to keep the bugs and the critters out, and then making benches in here and using our drip system to turn it into an automatic watering system. I'm going to turn on the timer so you can see how that looks. And we put in these little misters. So it's on a timer, so every day these little misters are coming on and watering. And we're just using leftover parts and pieces and making it work. So every day this is getting watered. Woo! Alright, Daryl is taking care of getting the grapevines to grow on top of this beautiful trellis that he made on top of the bench, and he even put little flags on the top. Looks great. Being handy and building stuff on the farm. We also built this tunnel, just with T-posts and leftover cattle fencing, so that the grapes have a place to climb up and over. A couple of grape tunnels. And the infrastructure here is just PVC that fits onto rebar, and then this bird netting goes on top, up and over like this, just held in place with the wood on the other side to keep the critters from eating our strawberries. There's one of the critters in there. It's a ground squirrel. We used the strawberries as bait and we captured one, and we'll have to dispose of him, move him elsewhere. Here's a cute infrastructure idea, just using bamboo posts to make a teepee, and then our morning glory and beans will vine up and grow in onto the teepee. And here we're using bamboo to be our bean poles for the Cherokee beans to climb up on the old leftover pieces of bamboo. Here's another infrastructure build better project. This was just some found chain link fence that someone was giving away at a garage sale. So I used it with these poles, and I grow the African gourds along this chain link fence. Here's one left over from last year that grew through the chain link fence. So use what you have or what you can find for free. Cycle or recycle, or friends have leaving by the side of the road sometimes, or in the garage sales, and they put a free sign. Here's another example of things that you could use from leftover parts and pieces and things that you get for free. These are old leftover pallets, and we put them together to make a potting bench. Alright, so think what you can do with what you have or what you can get for free. A friend of mine works at the food bank, and she's bringing us the leftover boxes from all the produce that's been given to the food bank, and then I'm bringing the piles of boxes out here, and I'm going to put a free sign so that my neighboring farmers, if they need some produce boxes, or if the People's Central Coast Garden Network needs some produce boxes for their giveaways, we have some. Things are really growing out here. The grapevines are covering our epicenter, our center meeting area, and then we'll have grapes to eat underneath the shade of the grapes and picnic tables. So think of multi-purpose use for everything. Looking pretty good out here. Things are really growing, and it's wonderful weather out here. Hey, here's something else clever going on. This orchard put in by Megan's Organics is becoming a weed patch, so they're taking the electronic fencing in between the trees, and the sheep are eating down the weeds, and then I imagine that they'll move it over into this next row between the next patch of fruit trees. Thank you, sheep, for eating down the weeds. This is called bristly oxtongue, and it can take over. Look at, you can barely see the fruit trees out here amongst the meadow of bristly oxtongue, and that's going to spread all of its seed and blow over into our garden. So thank you, sheeps. Look how lush this herb garden has become, just filling in and really taking that bare land, covering it with plants, and then you create this beautiful tapestry of plants of all different colors, just like people. Just like in our global family, we're all different colors, and we make a tapestry together of beauty. Here at our Global Family Farm, we're here every Sunday, 9 to 12, City Farm Slow in San Luis Obispo. Come join us, be part of the family.